Hi everyone, Shedge here. I have not done one of these videos in a while, so real quickly, I apologize if I sound off or something. My mouth is still numb. I had a dentist appointment today early in the morning. I had a bad experience because the dentist was quite rude to me because I was late, even though I told them there was a fatality accident, so I had to be rerouted. It happened like minutes before I left, so I didn't have time to prepare. Regardless, my mouth is numb, so I might sound funny. However, Tails Runner stuff. I have not done a Tails Runner video in a while. This will be me reacting to the Tails Runner The Next Show, which is supposed to show all the update previews of what will be coming out in the future, especially with this most recent event taking place on the Emotion Islands. So I hope you enjoy it. I'll go over the video footage, split up some parts in different ways, and then also have some images translated. So I hope you enjoy it. Let's get started. So I hope you enjoyed that quick preview. We'll be going into more details now. First off, let's go over the location of the events for the Emotion Islands. This is the Joy Kingdom, and as you can see, it is above water. It seems to be a floating metropolis, technically, because you'll understand why when you see the other kingdom. But this is where Queen Sabrina of Tailsland comes from, as well as Elm's Smile. I don't know if he comes from the Joy Kingdom or the other kingdom, but it's a beautiful city floating on water. It seems like its own little thing. While there's some islands spread about, it seems most of the architecture is coming from the water or floating on something underneath it. Next we have the Sad Kingdom. I'm debating if I should call it that now or not, because if you know in previous videos that I've translated the Wishstone as Wishstone of Joy and Wishstone of Sorrow, because that's what they are technically like the opposites of. However, I'm calling it Sad just to have the three-letter theme going on. Sad and Sorrow are the same thing, it's just like the different levels, I guess you can say. If you're Sorrow, you're almost in the state of depression, while Sad, you can just be like a little bummed out. But as you can see, it's underwater, and as you go deeper and deeper, it'll get more treacherous and more darker. I think that's the whole point of these, whereas if you're let's say the water level is you're at a balance sort of thing, you're calm, but then if you're like going above the water, you're like more happy, you're joyous, you're like as light as a feather, you're in cloud 9, you know, that type of thing. And then underwater, the deeper you go, you just like get more depressed, more feeling down, feel like you're getting like choking on water or something, that sort of feeling, if you know what I'm referring to. A lot of times if someone's in depression, they have that underwater imagery, so I like how they're going with this theme for the Emotion Islands. Alright, this next one is going to be a bit complicated because the text isn't aligned appropriately, but this is a new map that'll be coming out, and it has a bunch of different roles for players to choose. This will be a 4v4 map, obviously. However, from left to right, it is leader, defender, attacker, and supporter. The reason why I had to emphasize that is because if you look down at the bottom, it says leader, attacker, defender, and supporter. So attacker and defender are switched up for some reason. For the leftmost, leader, what you'll do is, obviously if you follow the leader maps, you're going to be the leader, you're going to be controlling the team. So you have to align things appropriately when switching about. And then the defender role, obviously you'll have a shield that you can use to block projectiles. If you have the attacker role, you'll be able to cut down obstacles in your way, and the supporter will be able to drop items, looks like dash potions here, to speed up your team and offer as support. Now we have some new sets. This is the Island accessory. It doesn't have the D at the end, but I'll still call it the Island accessory. It still tries to represent that theme. Then this next set is called Ocean Floor set. Its theme is to try to obviously mimic the ocean floor, especially at the depths with a bunch of kelp and sea sparkles coming all around. This next set is Sailor Mate set. This will probably be the first tier regular set that you use or you get as for free at the beginning of the event, with some other additional things you have to get from chests. And this next one is the Joy Kingdom uniform set. So this is probably for all the knights that protect and serve the royal family, especially with Princess Lala and Queen Sabrina there. So very thematic there. This next one is called the Joy Sword and Sad Sword. It seems you can be able to mix and match them depending on how many you get. Pretty nice. This next one is called the Consolesse set, I believe. It could be Consulate, but I'm just going with Consolesse because it seems to be matching with Lala. It seems supposed to represent someone who manages the emotions of joy and sad. Alright, so now we have the event board here going on. You can see some previews of underwater helmet stuff that you have to probably use at some points. And then we also have the surfboard, which is a new feature coming. That seems pretty nice. And then we have the AFK fishing system, so that when you're away or doing other stuff, you can have one of your NPC pets that you hopefully got from a capsule to fish for you. Pretty nice. 16th anniversary set. This one will have two parts. It'll have the new mythology item and as well as a matching pair event. Those are like the matching pair cards where you have to like flip over a card and then flip over another one that matches it, that type of thing. There'll also be a new Rainbow League called League Down League. And finally we have something called the Knock system. I believe it's supposed to be a banter system between characters, at least that's what it suggests, where characters will say stuff as you are racing. So just more voice acting, which is pretty much appreciated and helps develop their characters. Pretty nice. Finally, we have a new character coming into Tales Runner, and it'll be the 26th character. In the video, they give you his name and preview some of his traits, as well as a silhouette, but we've had the silhouette for a while. However, his design has been leaked, and we can now introduce you to Xionell, and he is Queen Sabrina's younger brother. So it'll be interesting to have a uncle and niece dynamic as Tales Runner characters, especially with the Knock system coming into play, as I mentioned before. We do not know his stats, but it seems he might be related to the Sad Kingdom because of how he treats other people and seems to be a lazy type of person. However, the news doesn't stop there because we have a preview for the rest of the year, and it will be focusing on the storyline of Tales Runner. As we saw with Season 2, it will be focusing on the light and dark aspects of Tales Land, and will be coming to a forefront of the story where it seems Tales Land will be destroyed, or at least wage war, with Anubis' forces. The storylines that will be supposedly concluding at this point will be Elam, Smiles, and Kyne's story alongside Abel, and then we'll learn the origins of King Henry II in relation to Anubis, and then we'll be seeing Tales Land's response to Kai and Eden because of their betrayal. So that is expected to be coming more towards the end of the year, probably the winter events. But wait, there's more, because they also previewed Season 3 of Tales Runner. If you don't know, right now we're in Season 2 of Tales Runner, focusing on the rest of the Chaos storyline. But right now it seems Season 3 will be focused more on the player taking control. So first off on this slide we have what is called Running Map Craft, and that is what they call the other modes where players can create stuff like Farmcraft, obviously a play on Minecraft. But runners will be able to create their own maps, finally, and they'll be able to place blocks and tracks on the map. Dash panels and obstacles are confirmed, so you can still add ways to boost yourself and get away and around things or prevent players from going certain directions. This stuff will be coming in the future, but not upon release. There will be dedicated channel support, and then there will be a map sharing function so you can share your map creations with your friends. Next is what they're calling Gravity N. I don't know what the N stands for, but it could be Gravity New or something. But they do show a small video, but I'm using a still image here. And what it is that the terrain changes based on movement. And what happens with the image is that the map, the track like goes forward. Like it rises into the sky as you move up it. And that's what it means if gravity changes with terrain changes. So it's probably try to drag you back down, and you might need to change your movement in relation to how the track changes. Next is what they're calling Adventure Mode, and it will be a co-op map focused on adventure and exploration. It will implement various types of puzzles. The 2 puzzles they previewed in the video was where you had to knock down these stone tablets that you see in the video, but they're more like in a line, so you just like knock them back. And then this one is where you have to knock that ball and hit one of the pillars to topple it over. So there'll be different ways to get to complete the map and have various puzzles. I'm sure they'll be harder as you explore further into whatever this adventure mode has. The main point is runner cooperation. Next we have what I believe is an inspiration from Fall Guys, because they're planning on ending 60-player racing. If you don't know, Fall Guys has a 60-player limit, so I'm sure they will focus on that. But this will be interesting to see. I'm hoping it'll work well. I mean, it might be nice to have less rooms, more chances to play in rooms, hopefully, especially in 30-player, so things can get complicated. I'm hoping like the rankings will be skewed appropriately, but it'll be interesting to see. I especially enjoyed it for in Fall Guys, so it'll be interesting how Tails Runner compares to it, because a lot of people compared Fall Guys to Tails Runner, so that's nice to know. Finally, we have the last Season 3 preview, and that is the character trait system. So I believe this will be a special skill system, and I believe we'll have a skill tree, because the notes it says is characters gain skills based on personality. So as you can see, we have Big Bo, and looks like he's knocking people back, so probably increase the BAMP power. And then Ming Ming is jumping above, and that focuses on the second point, change course navigation. So I believe you'll be able to get around the tracks differently based on how you use your skills. And says you can configure your own routes. I don't know if that means like how you use the skills, you can go through different ways to get to the end of the race, or if it means a skill tree, because I believe that's what they're referring to. I think each character will have multiple skills to choose from based on their personality, because the term route can refer to choosing a different path, and that sort of reminds me of skill trees, especially ones where you can cross over boundaries. And I think it would be weird to just limit one character to just one specific role. That means it'll just have like multiple, or just have one specific character and have like a tier of characters that you can choose from. Like probably Big Bo will be insanely overpowered, being able to just knock people down. And maybe there's other ways that you might not be seeing it, like maybe Ocean can swim faster, or just like dash through water, or just like dive and go under, avoiding any obstacles or something like that. While you could like think of different ways, but they're specifically only limited to that one character, that can create a whole myriad of issues. And I believe the best way to probably have multiple skills to choose from, probably being limited to only one per race, but you can at least change them along the way and then use them accordingly based on the track you're racing on and possibly other characters that you see people are using. Hopefully you could like be able to set that up while loading the screen. Probably where the assist items are, maybe, I'm guessing, is where you can choose it. But that's just my prediction. As again, these are just concept arts and previews of what will be coming in Season 3. I am looking forward to it. This is the end of the video, but I hope you all enjoyed it. I do have some news though. I am hoping to release a video I'm working on tomorrow, and then I will be working on 2 long-term projects. However, before those 2 long-term projects, I've had a video I've been wanting to make, and it's the Tails Historia video on the Frog Prince map. So I'll try to get that done beforehand and hopefully release it within the first week of July. Please look forward to it. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this preview of Tails Runner Season 3, as well as the Emotion Island event. So I hope you all look forward to whatever is coming your way. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to this channel. I'll try to release more Tales Runner videos, especially the animated movies with subtitles. And comment on what you are looking forward to, or if there's anything you're concerned about with these new changes coming along the way. So thank you once again for watching, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Stay safe. Poof, poof.